Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. I am Madelyn. So nice to have you here for this reading. So, we will be taking a look at messages for starseeds and lightworkers for this coming week, specifically January 10th through 16. However, when you are drawn to this message, it's the right time for you. And, if it resonates, it's a general reading. If it resonates for you, that's great. And I hope that it does. And I hope that it really helps you and benefits you on your journey as a light worker and a starseed. So we'll be using the Starseed Oracle, and then we'll be going into the tarot for some additional messages. So they have some really great spreads for the starseeds. So what I would like to look at this time is this 3-card spread: the call of the ego, or the obvious life, the fated life. And then the second card is the destiny life, the call of the soul, so the soul journey. And then the bridge is the leap, challenge, or decision that you face that will help you to move from your fated life to your soul journey. So lately I have begun to understand the concept. I kind of see fated path as maybe the path that it has been laid out in the stars and astrology. It could be the path that you have chosen from your childhood. And then at some point, often, we call it midlife crisis. We begin to are called more to our soul's path, or the reason our soul decided to come here, and the lessons that our soul wanted to learn. Especially as light workers and starseeds, we have that yearning and calling. A lot of us right now in 2020, 2021 time period. So as we're entering into the age of Aquarius, after December 21st, with a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. So after that time period, that conjunction, raising the vibration of the planet, moving more into the 5D experience. As we're doing all that, many of us are bridging that gap and going from our fated life paths, maybe to our soul's journey. So your life path, for instance, in numerology, you could take your birthday, add it up. For mine is, the 8. And so, I'm supposed to be a really strong career person. Well, I've actually done that. And I think that now I'm being called more toward the soul's journey, which is an internal work. So let's take a look at those 3 cards. So what I like to do is put Reiki energy into the deck and ask for divine guidance. Okay, so we'll 3 times. So this is for the collective, those watching that are light workers and starseeds. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. The underneath energy is the child of the cosmos. So you can be taking a look at, some of you, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. So this card talks a lot about, kind of like our DNA actually has imprinted the intelligence of the universe. So my dog is making little noises. Hey, are you good? Okay. All right. She's good. Coo Bear. She likes to listen to me do my readings. Okay, so the first card, which is the fated life path, is Messenger, serious energy bringing harmony and balance. And the second card, the Soul's Journey, Star Ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So here we have the pyramids, and then in the sky we have some of the different pharaohs, and I think probably Cyrus and some of those. We'll take a look. And then the bridge between those, you got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. So just right off the bat, what I'm seeing is that you very likely have been working in this messenger energy, which is something to do with teaching, speaking, those kind of things in the world. So you've been working with that, and with like this Mercury type of energy with the messenger to the world. And then through understanding codependency and boundaries better, as you learn that as a light worker, because it's so hard sometimes to learn those lessons, because we are as light workers and starseeds, very often we are empaths, and we need to learn how to create really great boundaries. Like Green Brown talks about, the people that are the most compassionate have the strongest boundaries, because you can have true compassion in your heart when you at the same time are strongly supported by your boundaries. So learning these boundaries, how to love, how to have good relationships, healthy relationships, will be leading you into your soul journey, which has a lot more to do with those 5D, 12D, all the higher frequency energies. Okay, so let's take a look at the 3 different cards in the book. I want to start with the center, the bridge. You got the love. YZ. So it's going to be one of the last ones. All right. So Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love, who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, independent, healthy relationships, because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. So whether you are Hadarian or not, very likely those watching this particular video today have a tendency to want to see the good in someone, and you kind of see see what's good about them, the positive about them, and it's hard to create the boundaries that you need because you want so much for them to have their full potential. That's what I found a real trouble with, is I can see the beautiful potential in so many people. And you have to remember, when you're going to have a life partner, you can't just be looking at their potential. You have to actually look at who the person actually is. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body. To learn to love self first, and then establish healthy relationships with others. To remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have to love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at the soul level. And it's true. I have met several people that at the soul level, you just the instant connection. You know that your souls know each other, have met, and really mesh, and yet they're not a person that treats me the way I need to be treated here in the 3D world. And that's really important to learn as well. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is a sign to do a relationship review and to see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously, to acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless. Wait just a minute. Sorry about that. Okay, to acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used the relationship to soothe and cover up. So the inquiry is, do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? And how can you develop a deeper love for yourself? So this card is really calling you to the bridge that you are seeking, the bridge that will help you to go from, simply a faded life to a soul journey, this internal journey with your higher self. Really looking at your relationships and creating new, strong relationship, bonds that you have a good sense of boundaries. And it's really hard because it takes a lot of bravery, courage, vulnerability in your life to be able to stand up with the boundaries that are needed. Okay, so that is the bridge. So the faded path, the messenger. All right. You're part of the lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet, to returning time and again to seed the light, the crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back in, to honor both the sacred feminine and sacred masculine, to usher deep reverence back in. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius. Often appearing as a shade of blue, they hold a frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony, to ensure greater balance, to help us see that we're all connected and that the masculine and feminine exist within us. You're being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine, to be a guardian of harmony and balance on Earth, to think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing the love through their healing vibrational song. Their unique notes, send balance and harmony to every corner of the planet. A rebalancing of the masculine and feminine is occurring worldwide. It's a resurgence of the sacred within us all, returning of this sacred union within. You can honor and balance this energies within yourself and others. So the feeling that I'm getting is that here on the earth, your work very often probably has included something to do with like feminism, or humanitarian works, or something to do with helping the planet, like the whales, the dolphins, somewhere helping those kind of things. And if it hasn't been in your life, it could be that that's something that you're being called to for your external 3D type of job. So some kind of volunteer work, working with rebalancing of the balances of the masculine and feminine in the world. So like I said, like feminism, those kind of energies. And so, but not so much on a physical level, or not so much on a spiritual level, but an actual physical happening. So, helping people who are, maybe stuck on the border, all kinds of different illegal aliens, so many different ways to be helping people directly in your work and in your career. So, and that's kind of like a physical 3D way. So it's not just, through higher vibration, bringing together the masculine and feminine within yourself, but actually doing it on the ground in those ways. And so probably that kind of goes along with this needing boundaries. So you could be working so hard to like help battered women, help battered women to, and in the process you're meshing with people, you're being there too much, you're not creating the boundaries that you need to create around working and helping in that way. Okay, so bridging that, working from just a 3D approach to a 5D approach, you're going to need to work on how you address and look at love. So the star ancestors. Okay, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So the ancients knew much more than we do about our connection with the stars. Their pyramids, temples, and other places of worship created in a precise alignment with the stars exist in all corners of the world. What if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. So in this case, your soul journey is, not only to be bringing together, the masculine and feminine here in the world, but to be bringing together those entities to be understanding things that are ancient within your own soul. The secrets are, let's see here, all ancient secrets are worshipped forever in your ears, are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowings blossoms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. So throughout this time, and as these things are happening, being able to open your third eye and crown are really important to be receiving the downloads really from your higher self about these ancient things. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of these star ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change your point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that didn't belong together. When we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act in the same way, we miss what's in the open. You're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now. To unlock your soul's memories of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth and one day will again. So being led to not only, in the 3D working with these, these energies, with the planet, helping women, bringing together the masculine and feminine in a stronger way in the world. But as you are able to understand love better and have your stronger boundaries, a lot of things will be open to you. Your third eye will be opened, and you'll begin receiving downloads about your ancient past. Place a card on the portal of your heart and whisper, I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. So if you feel drawn to this card and to these energies, I'm going to get a hold of it a little better. If you're being drawn to these energies, place your hand over your heart and say, I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. So this is the message for the Lightworkers and Starseeds for this coming week. And for whenever you receive this message, timeless. And when you're drawn to it, that the bridge that you need to be focusing on and learning about right now are the boundaries in love in your life. And as you do that more and more, your third eye will be opened and you'll be able to see things on a higher dimensional level and not just working in the earthly realm. So I hope you enjoy that message, and we will see you next week.